Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach Bye and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a hump day as we were out at Broncos practice. Spent some time talking about that in that first hour, really the first half of that first hour. We'll circle back to some of those observations here shortly. But in the meantime, joint practice on deck. Okay. Just talking about the Arizona Cardinals, some of the talent that they have. And tomorrow should be a fascinating day for several reasons, which we will cover from front to back tomorrow. In terms of today, did you see anything from Bo Nix and the offense that would sort of get this narrative back on track in terms of this Broncos offense, which has been pretty lackluster throughout camp?
Yeah, kind of get the bad taste out of your mouth. The answer is not yet. Today was a weird practice. There was a couple move the ball periods where they were competing. Other than that, it was Sean doing a lot of teaching.
Yep.
Sean going through fundamentals. Now, there were a couple, like I said, the team periods, and Bo Nix was able to connect with Court a couple times.
He did.
A touchdown at the end of practice, going over a situation. Another big-time catch for Court up high where Cortland had to stretch and get it. That still was a great catch by Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, coming across the middle.
But then there was, again, times where Bo was very inconsistent, where it's like, Bo, where are you throwing this football? What are you doing? What are you thinking right now? Why are you pressing for something that's not there? So the answer right now, Zach, no. But I'm hoping that changes tomorrow. Because now it's against the Arizona Cardinals. You're going to come out with different plays that you may not run in the preseason game. So we're going to see some creativeness, something that was happening during the joint practice last week against the 49ers. So I'm hoping that the offense and Bo Nix can get on the right track. But it starts with the run game. I continue to say this, and I said it yesterday, and I'm going to say it again. We need to find our identity before the season starts as an offense right now. The identity is unknown. Are we a pass-first team or are we a run-first team? We know that they want to do the outside zone, but are they going to stick with the run long enough to set up the pass? This is the time to work on it. A joint practice against a different team, get the run game going and build off of that, and you'll have more explosive plays even in practice.
Yeah. Good job sort of recapping because that's sort of how it went. There was a touchdown to Sutton. It was at the very end of practice where they were doing tight red zone.
Yeah.
And, it's a very, very quick sequence where Sutton caught a little short right corner of the end zone near the pylon.
They call it a quick out.
There you go.
Quick out. It's like 3, 4, 5 yards at the most, and it's quick out to Cortland because he's the number one target.
Yeah. Then there was the play, you mentioned it, Cortland. It was a little bit high. Cortland had to go up and get it, but still they connected. But outside of that, there's just not a lot to write home about. There's just not. And
what grade would you give Bo Nix so far in camp? And this is just camp. We get it, guys. We get it all the time. Relax. It's preseason. It's camp. But, at some point, you practice how you play. That's why you practice every day.
Sure. I mean, I would be at, maybe a C? Something like that.
That's generous.
It can't. I was gonna say it can't start with a B.
No, not right now.
And I don't know if I'd say C plus. And Phil just reiterated what we've been saying for a while now because we know how you guys are overreacting. No, we're not. We're just reacting. And if you don't want to hear about camp, don't listen to the show. It's that simple. And so when we are now this far along, where it's mid-August. My question is, at what point? Because we keep on saying, well, it's still early, and they're going against the Broncos defense. And
we keep buying time. We keep buying the time until we finally see something from the offense and Bo Nix.
Yeah, and I want to know, at what point in time does it become concerning? To some folks, you might be there now. And I know people can't be out there every day like a traditional training camp, so it's hard. It's because, again, in the past, someone would say, well, what about, XYZ? I saw this, and this, and we only have 800 fans a day. But in totality, when did camp start? July 22nd, I think was the first day.
July 22nd.
Okay, it's August 13th. All right, so we're burrowing our way through the summer. I think it's about a C. It's starting to become a conversation out there regularly. And here's what I want to say. One or two things. One, if anyone is telling you how great the offense is out there, they're being disingenuous.
No, they're lying. They're flat out lying to you.
It hasn't been great. And furthermore, Bo hasn't been great. And I would take it a step further. Bo Nix, and again, this does not mean, this is not a prediction for tomorrow. It's not a prediction for Saturday night. It's not a prediction for September 7th. I'm just telling you how it's been. And Bo has not had a great camp. He just hasn't. And the opposite of that statement is saying Bo has had a great camp. And I wouldn't trust anyone who would tell me that.
Well, even yesterday, Bo Nix might have had one of his worst days yesterday. Just throwing it, completing it, like running the offense. The offense won the day, by the way, Zach. The offense won that day. But it wasn't because of Bo. It was Jarrett Stidham. Steady had, I want to say, maybe 4, maybe even 5 touchdowns. And it was a couple big plays to Bailey. A touchdown to Evan Ingram. A touchdown to Troy Franklin. Another touchdown in the red zone to Evan Ingram.
He's just letting it rip.
Oh, he's just playing free. Bo had an interception that ended the practice.
Yep.
You just can't do it. It was not a good ball. Now, today, they didn't do enough for us to evaluate a whole full practice because a lot of it was situational and a lot of it was teaching so that you get in this joint practice tomorrow and you're ready to go. You're ready to roll in short yardage, goal line, red zone, and then they're on first and second down. Like, you're going to go through all of it tomorrow, that whole process.
Yeah.
But at some point, to me, when I'm going to start getting concerned, if the offense does not look good in this joint practice tomorrow and they don't look good in the preseason game on Saturday.
So, like, we've arrived at the line of delineation where it's like, okay, it's too far into camp and we're not seeing success. It's alarming.
Here's why. That last game of the year, or the preseason game against the Saints, it's already a done deal. The guys up front, the front office people already know who's on this team. That last game is for the bubble players and the players that are not making this team. The people that are going to be on this team, the players that will already be on this team and made the team, they will be on the other side of the field getting ready for the Tennessee Titans. So this is the last week to put your best film out there to show that you belong on this team, to show the coaching staff and the front office that don't make the mistake not keeping me. And if you have Bo in the offense sputter out again in joint practice and then don't do well in the preseason game, are you going to make them play in that third preseason game? When in an ideal world, you want to rest your players and get ready for the regular season.
Well, I may have some pushback on that because
please do.
In terms of just the last part, not really anything else you said, and it's really just semantics. The last the last preseason game, is on the 23rd. Okay, so that's, what is that, 10 days from now?
We keep saying the last regular season game because it's Jarrett Stidham's last regular season game.
yes, this is his regular season. So 10 days from now, the last preseason game will be played. I mean, this is zooming by. You don't play again till the 7th of September.
Yeah, because you only have 3 preseason games now. It used to be 4.
Right, so there's going to be 2 weeks off, and maybe Sean wants his starters to have those full 2 weeks off, but I still think you could play that final preseason game. But that's semantics. That's a side conversation. I agree with everything else you said in terms of, like, the roster makeup will largely be done going into that Saints game, and there will be, what do you think, 3 to 5 bubble players, maybe?
That is it.
That might even be too many. I don't know.
53 make the team. My guessing is you have about 45, 46 that you already know are solidified. Somebody that we know closely, he said that Sean Payton once said before after a preseason game, they want to say he was with the Saints. They were going back, and he said, I already have 52 guys in mind. I just need one more.
Yep.
So for Sean may have already had the opportunity in his head to pick out the 53 man that he wants, or 52 at least.
Sure.
And there's one guy fighting for that last spot.
Yep.
Who knows?
All right, so But I agree. If we because we can build in enough qualifiers why we haven't seen the offense really the first team passing offense specifically, and even the run game to a lesser degree, but like we haven't seen it catch traction on a regular basis, and that's just the real. It's okay. You're one preseason game into this.
That's it.
But if you get through your 2 joint practices and the second preseason game, and the second preseason game looks like even a half brother of the first preseason game, we're gonna start having to have like real conversations, because like Bo has not had a great camp. I don't know why. I would like to speculate on maybe some stuff at play that could be impacting him, but I would go so far to say is I think that his camp a year ago was actually more impressive than the camp that we're watching, and I can't figure out exactly why.
Well, James Palmer yesterday, I have to give credit to James because he brought something up to us, because we were talking about Bo Nix, and he had a bad day yesterday. And James was talking about Chicago and how over there, Caleb Williams is not having a good camp. But also, Ben Johnson is putting a lot on his plate, and he's doing that on purpose because he needs to figure out how much Caleb Williams can handle. Maybe that's the exact same thing that's happening with Bo. We know that Sean's offense can be complex. We know that Sean's offense is more than what we saw last year. And now it's adding on to it in a quarterback in year 2 that you say, okay, you're comfortable with this offense. You know what I want done. You're not just memorizing plays now. You're understanding why we're doing them. Let me add more to your plate so we can be more creative. We can have more checks. And maybe that's something that's hindering Bo Nix right now, I guess the word. I don't know. You can come up with something else. That he's not having a solid camp or a better camp than he should be having, because there's a lot more on his plate that he's thinking of, a lot more checks, and he's having to get everybody else lined up, the running backs in the right spots. And then you have someone like Cortland who had that hybrid hold-in, and you're trying to build that confidence and chemistry back up with that. I just believe that Bo Nix is thinking a lot more right now, and also he's pressing. And I don't know why. I don't know why he's not setting his feet. I don't know why he's not stepping into some of the throws. It happened in that game. And